Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's Lair. I am your host, Larry the Chupacabra, and today we're checking out a fun cartoony game called Star Saver by PxlPlz, or PxlPlz, a lovely group of developers out of New Jersey, USA, and they have made a lovely game that involves a squishy blue prince and a squidly orange squid. It's pretty straightforward. And the characters remind me, or at least the squid reminds me, a lot of the characters out of the Snorks. I don't remember if you remember the Snorks. I watched them on Boomerang when I first got Dish Network. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's really cartoony. It's really fun. I like the characters. They're really fun and bubbly and kind of cutesy. So we'll jump in and start doing the things. Alrighty, here we are. We are in the majestic world of Star Saver. There's some lovely pixely art in the foreground. There's lovely art in the background, and weird avocado monsters with bow ties flying through the air. And we're going to eat their delectable faces because they're so tantalizingly edible, and they drop coins. And if we get 100 coins, they turn into a 1-up, and we get an extra life. Splendid, straightforward. That's all I need to know. So we're going to jump... Oh, come on, you avocado, spicy avocado bastards. Alright, so, our goal. We go into these portals. We find delicious stars. We return them to the night sky because Squishy's sister, she got a little bit feisty. I guess Dad had a problem with her or something, or maybe she wasn't happy that Squishy, who's kind of a derpy prince... He's not the most well-educated gentleman, I won't lie. He was going to get the throne, and I guess she didn't appreciate that. So she took over. She's stolen the stars, and we got to stop her. So we're going to go in this portal and find a star. Alrighty, we've gone through the portal to another realm, and we have to go through here and fight off these strange, spiny, spiky creatures in order to reach our various goals, both stars and power-ups. And part of what we need to do right now is eventually we would need to get this key to unlock a door to a star later in this level, but we don't have that ability just yet. So we're just going to take our dear sweet time hopping around here, eating things and upchucking them into other things, because, as I'm sure you might have guessed, Squishy's main power, besides getting drug around by a squid that he is enslaved to his snare, this little purple chain, he eats stuff. He eats a lot of stuff. His entire species is very stomach-based, I guess you could say. And so his species, they are the royalty of this world, this universe, and they cannot move on their own, and we'll just eat this cheese. This cheese represents a level barrier. You have to get an unlock in order to consume the cheese without giving Squishy too much indigestion. But his people are the royalty, and they exist to do something with stars, and presumably some sort of ancient power that has to do with their alliance or their symbiotic relationship with the squid, which are noted through the storyline as ancient heroes of yore and yesteryear. And it's like an old Pompeii in the background. That's kind of cool. I guess I can kind of get that from the architecture, maybe not so much. Everything is very star-themed, though. And so... Oh, come on, don't murder me, avocado bastard. Eat him, Squishy. Alright, so here is a star, and you're just like, Larry, how does one get a star back? And I've already gotten this star, but I'm just here to show you, because I remembered where it was. You eat the star. Oh, of course. It makes perfect sense. A stomach-based creature eating a star. I also like the little, did you knows in the loading screens. They provide both, fun facts about the world, and yes, I will save, and also about squid facts, so I'm learning. So it definitely makes me think that this was a game originally intended for children, but it definitely expanded into the realms of everything else. So that is the basic premise of the game. You go around, you save the stars, you need certain power-ups to get past different obstacles. It's very Metroid-y, if that makes sense to you. You need, like, a certain weapon to open a certain type of barrier door. Like, red doors need rockets or bombs. That sort of thing, but in a much more fun, cartoony sort of way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up and we're going to face the first mini-boss. And according to the tooltips, the mini-boss's name is actually Philip. He just prefers to be called the mini-boss. And that's another thing. Squishy gets stuck on stuff a lot. And it's not a huge problem because you can just munch to get him out of the way, but sometimes it's a little bit fiddly. And I will show you when. So we'll just munch this cheese. This was a cheesecake power-up we had earlier. And it allowed us to eat cheese. We'll go into the lair. Alrighty. We've gone through a portal, a very suspicious portal, but now Mr. Squishy smells cake. It lets us know there's a power-up, but Mr. Squidly's sort of getting sick of him. And well, they have an interesting dynamic. Squishy was separated from his guardsmen after his sister kicked him out of the royal planet, and he found his way to Squidly's homeworld, and tethered himself to Squidly, and forcing him to help him. So Squidly is an unexpected hero who's really reluctant to really be on this adventure. It's a classic combination, and I kind of like it. The dynamic is good. The audio or the conversations are not all... Some of them are fantastically hilarious and spicy. They do not completely like each other. They kind of like each other, kind of don't. So eventually we're going to get a power, and I won't spoil it until after we've killed the mini-boss, but it involves boxes, because there's a lot of boxes in this level, and that is the whole of the thing. So, it's the mini-boss, also known as Philip. Hello, Philip. But, oh, you have me trapped, Philip. Well, I don't know. Even though you've got these nasty barbs, I'm going to get you munched, but I don't know. It looks like Squishy's not so into eating spikes. They're a little bit tough on his palate. But maybe they'll go away. Maybe you're right. So it's an avoidance boss. He's going to get spicy and try to touch my face. I'm not the biggest fan of that. And then he turns into SpongeBob. Look at him. Isn't he cute? He's got like a SpongeBob face. Just green. Than SpongeBob. SpongeBob got green a couple times, didn't he? Oh, don't touch my... Alright, SpongeBob, you're dead. Alright. How did you discover my weakness? Just a lucky guess. Well, it was kind of given to me, but okay. Hopefully the mini-boss gets tougher. I haven't found another version of him or another boss yet. I get lost in this game. The levels are linear yet not. Semi-linear. Maybe that's the best way to say it. It's not completely non-linear. You gotta get somewhere first. But it's semi-linear, and I kind of get lost a little bit. But, yeah, we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna get some stuff. Alright, I just need to get up here, and there's a cake. Where is the cake? Where is the cake? Wait, come on. There's a cake up here, and I want to eat it. Got to jump up onto these platforms. Alright. Do the thing. Do the thing. Alright, we're gonna go down here. There's some boxes. And, we're gonna go into this mysterious door. My favorite kind of door. Alright, here we are. Oh, it's a lovely background, too. The background, I like the dynamic between a different foreground art. I just got 100 coins and I got a 1-up. And different background art. So, something that happens a lot that I mentioned before is Mr. Squishy gets caught. And they do have a tooltip that says, hey, we know what happens, just hit munch. And so that's all well and good. But I'll show you where that gets a little bit fiddly. And so, here is our cake, and we will eat it too. Splendid. Alrighty. Have you noticed how delicious those boxes look, Squidly? What? Is there anything you won't eat, you giant blue buffoon? You ate the box cake. Squishy can now munch boxes and swallow them. Just try stacking them. And yes, I will save my current progress. So I have a note about the saving, too. So we'll munch these boxes and we'll move them. And so, unlike when you're normally doing stuff, Mr. Squishy doesn't get hung up on these the same way. You can jump around and he will eventually unwedge himself. Like if you yourself are pulling a box with a rope over top of something. And I think you need more of that in the every regular mechanics of the jumping around. Because he gets caught a lot and it can jank up your movement. I'm sure you guys have probably played around with that a lot, and I know that it's important for some of the jumping mechanics later in the game. You can actually get him hooked on the top of a platform, and then he can help slingshot you up above into higher jumping points. But, again, he seems to get hung up a lot, and it's kind of awkward. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that, but it's one of the few things that specifically bugged me right off the bat when I started playing it. It's grown on me, and I've kind of learned to deal with it. But, controlling Mr. Squishy is kind of a pain in the tuchus at times. That is my only major boggle with this game. Come on, do the thing, boxes. Do the thing. Box frickin' physics, maybe, too. I get spicy with the boxes. So one of the things I was talking about is... Get up here, Squishy. Get to a thing. Do the thing. What? So spicy. So, I can get him hooked over there, and he can help me jump up onto stuff. Maybe I'll have a better example later. But that's our first power we're going to get while we're here. Alrighty, and now the advent of this power is going to become readily apparent as we eat these boxes, and we put them right there. Get up there, Squishy, you spicy blue man. You're always doing hop frog. Alright, eat the box again. It's not... the frickin' box physics. Boxes sometimes move a little too easily. Maybe make them heavier, if you know what I mean. Like, they don't necessarily always jank around as you're trying to hop on top of them. Come on, do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing. Alrighty. Jump up here. Jump. Wait, was that what I was supposed to do? I think so. Oh wait, there's the thing up here. Okay. That's right, I remember now. Larry's not entirely a fiddle-faddle. Alright, we have a key, and we have a star. We'll open the door, and we'll eat the star. Alright, and away we go. We have 5 stars now. Alrighty. Yes. Game saved. Okay. So now is a perfect time to talk about the game save mechanic. So, this might be different because I have a review copy that the developers sent me of this game. But, there's a lot of saving. And I'm fine with that. I like to save my game. Some games force you to save manually in some respect, like Skyrim. Doesn't always have the best autosave mechanics, so sometimes I'm fine with manually saving, but we'll go over here. Eat these avocados that are gonna get feisty with my face parts. This, with the logo of PxlPlz, is a save point. We go inside, and we can go over here, and we can click on the crystal or something, and it will save for us. So now, presumably when you use a save point, you're saved to this save point. So, this is one of the few things that I found weird. Every time something major happened, I'm prompted to save the game, and every time I walk past one of these things, it's like, you can save the game here, but I'm like, but why would I save the game here? Because when I die in most areas, I simply respawn wherever I entered the area. So if I died in here, I would respawn right here near this door. So, other than logging out and stopping for the day, there's not a lot of point to the save points. You know what I mean? And in other games that I've played with save points, there's been a definitive reasoning behind having a save point. You know, you respawn far away at a save point. It's very punishing, besides having a limited number of lives. And that's just all you've got. And so, having both, like, random saves at major events and save points doesn't make a lot of sense. I would pick one. You don't need both. Auto-save at major events, assume people want to save then, and have a save point. So you can manually save at certain locations for when you stop for the day, or something. Or you stop playing for the moment. But otherwise, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Because, you know, when you spawn right where you die, or in the area where you die, you know, you're not getting punished by going back to the save points, etc. Uh-oh. We're running into some spikes. Oh, we should turn back and find a thing nearby. That's not too bad. That's not a terrible way to tell you that you need to get something. So that's not a terrible way to denote differentiation in barriers to your progress, that you need to find a specific item. Metroid was just a fan of telling you that you needed, oh, well, I shot a door wouldn't open, I need to find a different weapon to open it. That's fine, and having a little dialogue that says you need to find a thing first is definitely a different way to do it. Alrighty, so here's another area. There's spines that will murder my squiddy face, and we'll get some coins as we go through here. There's also a boatload of coins, but coins aren't super critical. They're just really convenient to giving us lives. So here's another cake. Other thing that kind of I felt might have been a nice creative touch, this is just me nitpicking, this isn't actual criticism. Maybe make the cakes look like the power they give you. Like, make the cheesecake look cheesy, make this one look spiny, or rolly, or something. They all kind of look the same, but not a big deal. Might be a nice touch. Why are you looking at me like that? Well, I think I have to munch you, Squidly. I'm gonna have to put you in my mouth. It's okay, trust me. I do this all the time. And that's how Squidly got murdered. Yes, I would love to save my progress. Okay. Hopefully I don't flub this recording, or else it'd be really awkward to go back through the whole game that I've played so far. So now, if we want to get over insta-kill spikes that will murder my cute squiddy face, just like that, they do a lot of damage. We munch until he gets all goofy and is transparent, and then he turns into this roly-poly ball of half squidliness, half princeliness. I literally have squid tentacles and the little spine on my head. It's redonkulous. Okay, then we spit me out, and we're safe. And now we can go back and traverse those spikes. Alrighty. So where was I going? This way. Eventually we'll get a key power that allows us to grab keys and bring them with us to open up gates like this. And there's a whole menagerie of different powers. Like, there's a donut baiting power. Ow, come on. That allows us to, like, lure enemies towards us to get murdered. There's a whole cornucopia. So we'll jump in here. This is the last area we'll start to explore before we jump out of here. We'll munch into face-eating mode and roll over these and start hopping around with these jump blocks, jump pads. I don't think... Try hitting munch after you jump. You'll go flying some distance after the jump. So, munching does help you jump, and I believe I understand that means that's why they have, like, the sort of weird mechanic where he can get caught on stuff. So I'll try to show you with this. So now I dangle off of here, and the fact that he got caught on that ledge might actually help me from getting killed. If there were spikes down there, I can hit jump, and I'll flop back to him. At the same time, he gets caught on an awful lot of ledges. But anyway, jumping the thing here, we will undulate through these spines, and flop through here, and jump across these spine beds. You know, this is like a mini-game, you know? It's not like a particularly challenging level with full of puzzles, but it's like a fun little jumping, rolling mini-game, and I kind of like that. I like to see that encompassed in a game randomly. That's kind of fun. It breaks up the gameplay. It's good. I like it. I like the backgrounds changing. I like the cute artwork. It's a very nice combination. I would especially recommend this as a package for people looking for a game for their kids. This thing is to be perfect for them. Uh-oh. But perfect for adults as well. And, can I get out of here? Where's my character? Uh-oh. I appear to have found a bug where I die on this jumping level, and I'm invisible. That's unfortunate. So overall, really like this game. It's very fun, it's very cartoony. It's got really nice characters. The art, it's got a nice background art that's different from the foreground art. And initially, I kind of felt like it was a little bit disjointed at first. But having played it for a little bit longer and having had the game been updated recently, I believe, kind of changed some of the foreground art. I think it's a really strong package. There's a lot of little puzzles, little counterbalancing puzzles in order to push a key up a ramp in order to get the key eating ability, and, you know, using boxes to stack in different orientations to reach a goal, and baiting enemies, and all sorts of things. Lots of power-ups to get. I like games with lots of powers and stuff that you can eventually unlock. There's a mystery of the squids and the royals and what the princess is doing with the story. It's pretty tasty. I like it. It's good. The only things I had issue with specifically were the save points seemed kind of weird. The first boss seemed a little bit simple, but I think it's going to ramp up very quickly as the game goes by. And just the controls for controlling Squishy were just a little bit jittery when he gets caught on stuff, and having to hit munch and then it kind of pulls you out of your alignment and kind of throw you off platforms occasionally where you didn't want to go and can potentially kill you. Other than that, it was good. I liked it. Very nice job, folks over at PxlPlz. If you guys are interested in this game, I'll put links in the description. There is a free version that's ad-supported, and there's also a paid version. They're both, you know, the paid version is inexpensive. Definitely pick it up. I've been your host, Larry the Chupacabra. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Toodaloo!